What is going on, Marissa, the Fight Culture? Today, I am joined by pro MMA fighter Hector Fajardo, but this is something different. You have some news for us. You are also the director of operations for Sac State's new CombatU, and you have some news for us, so I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here, Marissa. So I'm on here to announce Sac State and CombatU's first MMA show that we will be hosting at the Nest on campus on March 7th in partnership with A1 Combat. And it's going to be an amateur show spotlighting our CombatU students, but we're also going to have grappling matches, also spotlighting our CombatU students. This is our first show ever and hopefully first of many. Big time support from President Luke Wood and everyone involved at Sacramento State. So my pleasure to announce that on this show.
Wow, that's awesome. That's exciting to hear. I know it's been it's been in the works. I know you guys have just been plotting and planning on where to go with CombatU, and this is awesome to hear. So in March, but you also said the tickets have already been released somewhere. So where can people get those tickets if they want to come and check this out?
So we set up an Eventbrite, since we're partnered with A1. So I have a ticket link up. I'm going to post it. It's going to be all over Sac State Instagram. The tickets are already up. They're ready to go as of yesterday. So tickets are up. I will post the link. We have the Eventbrite. You guys can purchase them there. We got the Nest, which is awesome. The last time we had an MMA show, I fought on that show actually, and it was in the ballroom in the Union. So that wasn't as much fun. I wasn't as big of a fan of being in the Union. So I'm super pumped that we got the Nest and we're going to be able to pack it. So that makes me really happy. I think that's the right way to go. I want to pump up the region with more MMA and just grow the sport.
Absolutely. So a lot of my fighters are actually from the 209 area, Northern California. For those who don't know or aren't quite sure exactly what CombatU is, can you give us a quick little rundown just so they know what they're paying for and what they should expect to see? Excuse me.
Yeah. So CombatU, in its short, we started it actually a year ago now, or announced it a year ago and started it last semester. So CombatU is under athletics, the Sac State athletics program, and it's our martial arts and mixed martial arts program. So we have club teams in the form of jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling, and kickboxing. And we also have an MMA club. So we have all 5 clubs, all under the athletics branch, which has never been done anywhere. This is the first of its kind. But we are also housed under student affairs, which is where the club sports aspect of it comes into play. So we're not NCAA. Since this program hasn't been done anywhere or anything close to it, we are still recognized as a student club and organization, but we are funded through athletics. So it's we get the best of both worlds. But ideally, it's it serves all sorts of levels because we have. We want to give an opportunity to students who want to focus on their martial arts and maybe they're a pro, maybe they're AMI, maybe they're high level, and they want to come and get an education at Sacramento State. But on the flip side, we also serve the community of students that have never had an experience in martial arts and want to be able to learn and utilize the resources on campus and basically pursue their dreams. I particularly love this program is because I'm a college student myself. I went to San Jose State, and my road to MMA is actually very, very similar to what this program is built around. I didn't really have a martial arts background going into college. I found it in college in the form of San Jose State Judo, and I just dove into the program and gave it everything I had, and I maximized my time there. So I kind of want to give the same opportunity to the students, but this time with mixed martial arts. When I got into my MMA career, I kind of had like no guidance at all. Like I did judo, it was awesome. But then once I got into the cage, that was more of my passion than judo. And there really wasn't any actual guidance for a lot of these students, or for students like myself at the time. And so now I want to be able to give that experience in the form of this program, and guide students in the right direction, because this sport is crazy. It's the Wild Wild West right now still. So I kind of want to bring it into the light, and make it a little bit more mainstream for college students. And I just want to see people pursue their dreams and maximize their time.
Yeah, absolutely. When I seen the announcement for CombatU in general, I thought that was amazing. Definitely a groundbreaking, something never heard of. And then it was double as awesome to hear that they had chose you as director of operations. I mean, who better? You have experience in both, college graduate, while also you were a student, and then also you're a competitor in mixed martial arts. So that's amazing. You touched a little bit on you guys also doing boxing. I know you guys recently had a boxing show. How did that go? I bet it was awesome. I seen a lot of pictures, a lot of coverage from there. So how did that go?
So it was killer because so the President Luke Wood has really pumped a lot into this program. And he was able to mix a college rivalry with UC Davis and create the Causeway Classic, the boxing event that we had, and tie it into the whole rivalry week. Like, our rivalry with UC Davis is massive. They have a boxing club as well. And they've had it for a couple of years. It's just the unfortunate thing is UC Davis hasn't really supported their boxing club as much. So we wanted to partner with them to kind of give them a little bit more spotlight and everything. And then people don't really know that Sacramento State had a storied boxing program back in the 60s that got shut down. And then we brought it back. So that's something that's very dear to the university, in reviving that program. And what better way to do that than to, have some boxing at the auditorium, where we've had a lot of historic fights there just in general in the region. So it just went hand in hand, and it was our first real big event under CombatU. And it was great. It was awesome. The venue was beautiful. The media was out there. So a lot of mainstream media, which I think was awesome. And we got a lot of support from the community in that regard. So that kind of kickstarted a lot of things regarding CombatU, because they're more than just boxing. So we really wanted to spotlight the other martial arts as well. Obviously, MMA is the big one, but an opportunity to also have some grappling matches in the cage, which a lot of MMA shows do that. But I wanted to give an opportunity to spotlight some of our students who in our jiu-jitsu club to be able to have some matches, have their time in the light. But we also, like I said, it's MMA as well. We have some athletes in our program who already have fights in amateurs. So my main event or my main attraction basically is going to be Ethan Krieger. So Ethan Krieger is going to be headlining the card. He has quite a few fights. I think he's got like 11 or 12 fights. He's the one I'm going to have headlining it, and what better person, because he goes to, he's a big guy on Sac State. He's a big guy on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. That is really cool to hear. Ethan Krieger, he pulls a crowd, so that's really awesome. And to see what you guys did with your boxing event, to know you're going into that this MMA event and grappling event with that momentum, really awesome to hear. Really excited. I'm actually going to go check it out myself, because this sounds really cool. And you know what? Again, you guys are doing some groundbreaking work over there, really tying the two together and kind of making it known that it can happen. So you guys are definitely some trailblazers in this aspect. So really excited to see it. Before we close this out, can you just give us another rundown where, when, how to get the tickets, and how to get involved?
Yeah. Basic rundown of the event, March 7th at the Nest. So in the basketball auditorium, we're going to have the doors open at 6, and we're going to have the event start at 7. We're going to have half MMA. Half of the card is going to be MMA. The other half is going to be grappling. It's going to be a full AMI show. So this is not a pro show. This is an AMI show. So we're going to spotlight our students on campus. And anyone that wants to come and see some fights and support the program, feel free to come by. Like, this is we're partnered with A1, and they're allowing us to use their equipment and their production. but this is a CombatU branded event. They're allowing us to brand this event our own, which is great. Like that's super hard to do. And it's going to be sanctioned by Camo, which is massive from a collegiate level. Like it just doesn't exist. So we want to trailblaze. We want to build up collegiate mixed martial arts. And just want to build the region up and hopefully get some of these schools to start supporting their students. Because even though there isn't any MMA really in any other colleges, there are a lot of students that go to school and train and fight. It's just nobody knows about it. Like I know a couple guys that go to UC Davis. There's a couple guys that go all over CSUs that fight in camo fights all the time, but there's no collegiate representation or there's no collegiate support. So I want to really build that into the area. And that's what we're doing at Sac State. Sac State supports these students, and Sac State is going to look to spotlight the students and really build it up. So it really makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see it. Very proud of all the work you're doing. Also, fighting, competing, and also being a director of operations there. So it's awesome to see. Don't want to, we got to put some light on what you're doing here. It's a very big deal. So congratulations to you. Amazing work you're doing. And I can't wait to see this. You mentioned the production team. Is there going to be a live stream or anything anyone can check out?
So we're working on that. At worst, we're gonna we'll have a YouTube stream. I'll have the Eventbrite link, but we're working on the streaming. So we possibly could. I know the president wants to do it big. We're possibly looking at getting this on ESPN Plus. So may or may not happen. That's something that we're working on, but that also means that if we're looking at doing something that wide scale, that there will 100% be a stream. So there's going to be a stream, there's going to be a show. But yeah, that's something that we're shooting for, and it's way above my pay grade. So if we get that done, there will be streaming details, but there will be a stream, and I will announce that.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, this event's going to be a good one. Cannot wait to see it. And man, for any updates, I'm assuming we check out the CombatU Instagram.
Yeah, the CombatU Instagram is the best way to go. That always hits. That's where the news hits first. Instagram is the quickest way to go. So that would be the best way.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, check this out and stay tuned for more updates with CombatU. This is going to be an amazing show. Hector, thank you for coming on. Thank you for breaking that news. And get your tickets, guys. You guys don't want to miss this. This is really history in the making. I
appreciate that. Thanks for having me on your show. Like I said, I'm doing this for the culture. So I'm excited to build this up and build the region and get things going. It's more for me. It's more than just leaving my mark fighting. I want to leave something a little bit more permanent.
For sure. All right. Lost my camera for a second, but that's all right. All right, Hector. Well, thank you for your time. Losing my camera for some reason, but
all good.
We'll let it go. It's a podcast. All right, Hector. You have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.